What's up, everybody? It's Russell Brunson. Welcome to a late night marketing secrets podcast.
So the big question is this: how are entrepreneurs like us, who didn't cheat and take on venture capital, who are spending money from our own pockets, how do we market in a way that lets us get our products and our services and the things that we believe in out to the world and yet still remain profitable? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Russell Brunson, and welcome to Marketing Secrets.
Hey everyone, so I hope you guys are doing awesome. It's a beautiful night. Do you hear the crickets out there? It's kind of creepy when you get to the darker spots. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing awesome. I want to make you guys a video and run a podcast today for you guys about something that I think is really important. There we go, there's some light for those who are watching the video version. If you're on a podcast, it doesn't matter, you hear my voice. All right, so I want to talk about something interesting that I kind of realized today that I think is what keeps a lot of people back. And it probably kept me back a lot when I was first getting started. One thing, sorry, I'm out in the pool house drinking some Keto OS because I love this stuff. So I have one every morning and one every night. It is my sweets, and other than that, yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So that's what I'm looking for if you're wondering what I'm doing and why I'm talking weird. But what I'm talking about is today, for example, we had a lot of crap happen. Like, not like little things either, like huge things that are devastating, like things that I think in my past would have crippled me. I would have stopped me like, and it's interesting because I see people nowadays who are in business and they're moving forward and they're trying to do stuff. And not just business, honestly, it's like all aspects of life. It's their personal life, it's their family life, it's their relationships. Like it kind of, it bleeds in a lot of different things. But for this, for this purpose, it's business where something really crappy happens. You have these plans and things you think are going to be happening, and then you hit this wall and you're like, you throw your hands up in the air and you're like, I don't know what to do. And so you just stop, right? Or you just give up. And like I said, I think there was a time where I probably did more of that. And I think I'm lucky because I grew up, I was a wrestler, as a lot of you guys know. And so one thing that happened with wrestling is, and it probably a good thing, is I was really bad at first. And so like I'd get beat a lot. In fact, my brother Scott, who's going to be editing this video, when we first started wrestling, he's my younger brother, and he was beating me at first, which is like, as a big brother, is really embarrassing, right? And then luckily I loved wrestling, he didn't, so I was able to pass him, but he would have been beating me my whole life, which would have been really embarrassing. But because I was getting beat at first, like I wasn't like the best kid, so I got beat a lot, and then I came back, and then like I learned how to beat people. Probably the best example, this is my junior year in high school. My goal was to be a state champ, but I was gonna make it. And then what's interesting is as I was going for it, my first match, my junior year, I wrestled this guy, Nick Fresquez from Hunter High School. And sorry, there's the ice coming out. Anyway, I told everyone I was gonna be a state champ. I was, talking all the confident stuff. And my very first match, I wrestled Nick Fresquez, who's returning. He took in second place the state a year earlier. He's returning back, and he beat me. My very first match the whole year, and I was like devastated, like, oh. Luckily for me, my dad filmed the match, and so what we did for the next 4 months is every single night we watched that match, and then we practiced on how to beat Nick Fresquez. And then I never saw him. I never wrestled against him the rest of the year. But then at the end of the year, sure enough, he was on the opposite side. He was ranked first in state, and I was ranked second, and we came against each other. In the finals, I wrestled him. In the finals, I beat him because I knew exactly his moves. I practiced him every day for 4 months. And in fact, I actually beat him. I think I told you this story before, but I beat him with the same move that he beat me with, which is kind of fun. So I was used to that, like getting beat up and then coming back and then learning how to win, getting beat up, come back and win. So like that helped me through my life. I think in business, same thing. I would start, I'd get hit with something, and it was just like sometimes it's like hitting a roadblock. How many of you guys have felt that? Or like hitting a wall, you're just like stuck, and you're like, I don't know how to overcome this. Like, this is an insurmountable object, and I don't know how to overcome this. And we hit those things, right? And so like that happens all the time, like I said, in business. And what's interesting is most people don't get past those. Like, they hit the wall and then they freeze up and they stop. and then they go watch TV, or they quit, or whatever those things are. And it's interesting because I see that a lot with our entrepreneurs who, like, a little roadblock, a hiccup will come, and then they just stop, and it's like, don't stop, keep going. But I think that what happens is, the more you do it, the more, like, your capacity increases and your ability to handle those things and take them and then, like, plow through them and keep moving forward on them. You know what I mean? So today, like, we had so many things. Like, we're supposed to launch this viral thing. If you go to who knows if it's still live when you guys watch this, but cfgoesviral.com was this really cool thing. And so what I want to make it with somebody, they opt into this thing, and then they get a referral link, and then they refer other people, and they get $1 for everyone they sign up. And it's going to make this huge viral thing that would grow really, really fast. And so we spent the last 2 weeks getting all the things put together, creating the video and the sales page and the structure and the flow and the funnel, and, like, everything was working. We tested it, and I wanted to build inside of ClickFunnels, but we couldn't because it's like it's a feature we don't have right now. And Todd's like, we could build it in the future, but we don't have time to do it because all the crazy stuff is happening for the launch. So we didn't, and there was some third-party service we decided to use. We used this third-party service. We started trying to test it. All these things aren't working. We got it working, so it pretty much worked. Then we did the launch, and we sent emails out, and I did Facebook Live. It was all exciting, and, like, instantly all these people started coming, and then guess what happened? Boom, the whole thing just crashed within, like, minutes. And we called the guys up, their service, and like, dude, our site's down. They're like, we'll call you back. I'm like, okay, that's not good. And the whole thing's down. 15, 20 minutes is down. And finally we see, like, everything goes offline. They reset their servers, comes back up, and it's working. But we, like, paused the emails and everything at the time. So he comes back, like, 15 minutes later. He's like, hey, it's been 15 minutes. Nothing bad's happened. Like, you're good to go. We're like, dude, it's because we stopped everything. Like, we stopped the ads. We stopped everything. And we're like, if you look at this, like, I think we had 5% of our emails been sent out, and we'd crushed their servers. And it was just like, just done. And so we're like, dude, you understand, like, we're trying to get 100,000 opt-ins in 7 days. I'm like, to get that, it's probably going to be 1 million to 1.5 million, maybe 2 million people are going to come through your links. I'm like, can you handle that? And they're like, no, like, we can't handle it. I'm like, dude, you told us, like, we told you the numbers ahead of time. Like, well, people always tell us numbers, but no one ever hits it. Like, we didn't believe that was going to happen. I'm like, like, we just launched this viral contest. People are signed up. They're sharing links. Like, we can't stop this now. But, like, service wasn't working. And it's just like, okay, most people, like me 5-10 years ago, have been like, we're screwed. What are we going to do? Like, But it was like, okay, we got to keep moving forward. All right, what do we got to do? What do we got to fix? And then I messaged Todd, and Todd's like, all right, I'm pulling an all-nighter. And so he went, and Jamie Smith came in, and they, like, spent the whole next 4 or 5 hours coding this whole thing out and rebuilt from the ground up the entire company software that we did, and then built it into ClickFunnels. And anyway, the testing's all done, and they're going to roll it out first thing in the morning. Then we're going to relaunch the viral campaign right afterwards, and hopefully get the same impact. But it was like, that could have been, like, devastating, right? And then and that was, like, one thing. And there's, like, four or five things like that yesterday. Just today that happened. Like, insane. Like, and it's like, the bigger a company gets, the more fires there are. I'm like, there are, like, five huge fires that I put out today. That was one of 5 huge fires. One of them was some Yahoo causing, like, fist fights and threatening to kill people in our Facebook group, and it happens to be a friend, and then he comes in and then we block and starts threatening me and, like, all sorts of stuff, and it's just like that's happening. And then, like, the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and, like, all these fires are happening, and at the same time, like, I can't stop because we still have this launch happening. So, like, I spent probably 4 hours today working on the new sales letter for when the viral video goes live, which is so cool. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I'm so excited. And then on top of that, I got to record, like, 40 videos tomorrow. So I was writing the scripts for those and, like, mapping out the sequence and the timeline. Plus, we're working on the event funnel for the Funnel Hacking Live, and so I had to go through, do another round of the edits for the schedule, and then message all this potential speakers and invite them to speak, and then getting the flow done, and then, like, then the viral video party, we had to shift the whole timeline, so we're calling Boise State and trying to shift it. Like, it was all these fires after fire after fire. Like, any one of those should have crippled us or me or who, like, our entire team, and, like, they just stopped, but, like, we didn't, and we kept going forward. And so I don't know why I'm sharing this other than I think most people stop way too fast. And I don't know if it's just, like, from doing it so many times and so often, and, like, it's funny is I remember someone telling me, I think Dan Kennedy told me, he said that, like, once every quarter, an entrepreneur will face a crisis that'll either make or break his company. I'm like, once a quarter, like, dude, we're getting that, like, 4 times a day, like 4 quarters a day, and consistently, like, it's crazy. Like, the bigger we get, the more those things are. So I'm, the one nice thing is that typically you don't have a company blow up overnight. So I'm lucky that, I had 10 years of, like, cutting my teeth and trying this thing and bankrupting 2 companies and going up and down and all sorts of failures, so that when like I had the big success, like my capacity has increased and I'm handling things pretty well. I screw up a lot. Some of you guys know. There's public scripts where a whole affiliate system that we built out crashes in the middle of a launch, and anyway, there's just things that happen, and but like I think again, like most people, they just stop too fast, and it's like it's kind of like lifting weights. Like the only way to keep moving through those things, some of you guys hit those things and you stop. I know you're, so hopefully, I'm hoping at least 1 or 2 of you guys are hearing this, and you're saying, that's me. Like I hit an obstacle and I freeze. And so what I want you to understand is like, it's like lifting weights, right? Like you're pushing and you can't do anymore, and it freezes, like, and you can't keep going. Like that's good. That's tearing your muscles. Then like they repair, and you got to go back again. You got to go back again. You got to go back again. And if you keep doing that, like your capacity will increase, and you get better and better till someday, like you'll have so many problems like me that you happen 4 or 5 times in a day, and you'll just shrug it off, and it'll be fine. And so, like that's just, I don't know the exact process to doing it. It's just doing it. And it's just like when the thing hits you and you're like, "God, that sucks. All right, let's go." Boom. Like if you're in a fight and someone punches you in the face, you're like, "God, that hurts so bad, but I'm in the middle of a fight. Well, let's go." And then you just go right back in. Like that's the kind of attitude you got to have when the thing punches you in the face or it knocks you down or whatever, because most of those things, it's like you're this far away from success. In fact, on the new sales letter for the ClickFunnels page, you'll see it. Some of you guys know like the viral videos about a gold miner and all this stuff. So there's just one image we have, and it's a drawing, and it says like the miner who quit too early, and it shows this guy pickaxing, and he's like digging into this huge mountain, and then he's turning around, and he's walking away, and then you look at the side picture is like a side cut of the mountain, and you see he's like an inch away from all this gold. And it's like sometimes that's how it is. Like we get punched in the face, and it's like we knock back, and then we're like, "Dang, I don't want to do that," and you just stop, and it's like, oh, like all you do is step back up and go back in that fight one more time, and you're there, like you're so close to it. And that's why most people don't get to it, because it's like the closer you get, the more resistance there will be to the thing you want. And so it's like as you're coming closer and closer and the resistance is coming, it's your ability to get back up and keep going. There's a song in high school, the 90s, that we used to play. In fact, I played it today after like getting hit in the head like 5 times. And I was like, "Hey guys, I got a theme song to keep us going right now." And it was that song, "I get knocked down, I get up again." Like that's it. Like you get knocked down and you got to get back up again as fast as you can, because the more resistance you're getting, the closer you are to where you're trying to get to. And just know that. And so know that like whatever you desire right now, the closer and closer and closer you get to that, the more resistance. So you have to increase your capacity to handle those attacks. Otherwise you will crumble underneath it and you'll never get to your goal. But just also know that like the harder those punches are, the more frustrating, like all those kind of things, it means you're close. And the closer you get, the harder it's going to be, and all of a sudden, boom, you're going to be there. But you got to be willing to get knocked down and get back up again and take that next step. Take the leap into faith, or take that leap of faith. Take that step into the dark. Whatever the analogy is you need, that's what you got to do. And when you do that, then that's where it's at. Like I think most of us, I may be wrong. I think I'm right though. I think most of us, like the times that we fail, if we fail and we don't get what we want, we're probably one or two knockouts away from success. It's just getting back up, putting the gloves back on, going back into the ring one more time. That's it. Maybe you get hit again and knocked down again. You're like, one more step, one more, and just it's there. But you gotta taste it. You gotta feel it. All right, that's enough analogies. There's like 40 analogies. Hope that one of those connected with you guys. I got sports analogies. I got everything there. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm heading in. I'm gonna drink my ketos. I'm gonna go to bed. Got a big day tomorrow. Got to film like 40 videos. Ugh. So they're not as fun like this one. All right, so there you go, guys. Appreciate you all. Have a nice night, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Would you like to see behind the scenes of what we're actually doing each day to grow our company? If so, then go subscribe to our free behind the scenes reality TV show at www.funnelhacker.tv.